Hi YouTube, it's me. I'm back for a video. Just been super busy with my new job and just getting my legs about me. So I haven't posted anything. Plus, I haven't really been shopping or buying too much. I'm mostly in saving mode. But since my last video, there's a few quick things I want to share with you that I've gotten that I think were pretty good buys for me. So I'm going to start with some makeup. The first two things were actually from my Ipsy Glam bag. There really hasn't been too much since my last video that I've really been over enthused with. I just keep getting the same things over and over again. I don't use a bronzer, and literally the last 3 months in a row I've gotten some sort of a bronzer that I've given away. And also just the lip products and things that I've been getting are just not things that are really my shade or anything that I'm into, so I've actually been giving a lot of it away. There are two things from the last couple months I want to share, and this one I believe was from September, and it's from Smashbox, which I really do love their products, and it is the Studio Skin 24-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation, and the color is 1.05, which is a pretty good match for me. And I've tried it out a few times, but I've kind of saved it because I wanted to save it for the winter coming up. My skin gets extremely dry. So I already have some makeup on, but in this lighting I'm seeing I have two pimples right there. So just cover it up. I am one that I like to apply foundation with my fingers. I don't really like applying foundation with a sponge. I just have a hard time blending it properly. I don't really like it. So there's one thing that I got that I liked. And this one actually just came in my last glam bag. And what I liked about this past month for November, I got an email saying that I could choose one of my samples. So I went onto the Ipsy site, and this was one of the options, and it's the Max Cleanse Off Oil. And I've never had a MAC Cleanse Off oil before. The one oil that I've been using that I really like was actually from Clinique, and this one just blew that one out of the water. My eye makeup like completely dissolved almost immediately on contact. So I haven't done any research to see how much this actually is full size, but it's really good, so I might have to buy it. Now this next thing I bought at Nordstrom Rack, and it was only $9.99, and it's the Urban Decay Light Beam eyeshadow palette. Very jazzy, and it's kind of small, but the colors actually pack a really good punch. There they are. It kind of reminds me of my Georgia Peach palette with the kind of peachier hues. But this one in particular, the Golden Rush, almost has like an iridescent quality to it. I'm wearing it right now. And I really like the influence color as well. It's a pretty bronze. And for $9.99 for 5 colors, really good buy. I'm glad I got this one. So check out your Nordstrom Rack. I got this maybe a month ago. It wasn't that long ago. So check it out. All right, so now to some other things that I bought. There is, and I think I bought this the same time as the eye makeup, but every winter I always wind up buying at least one pair of boots, and these I liked very much. I don't remember the style name on these, but I like these. Are kind of like a combat boot style. I've had a pair of kind of off-brand ones that I've been wearing the last 2 or 3 winters, and these really caught my eye, especially how it has the fur going up the tongue, and it has zippers, which is always easier to get on than the ones I had. The ones I had to like really open them up to get my foot in and then lace them up. And it's completely fur lined, so it's a lot warmer than the ones I had. The ones I had, I also got at Nordstrom Rack, but they're not fur lined. Now, the one thing that my other shoes did have that these don't, which I do kind of miss, is I could fold them down so I could wear them up or down. These you can't do that, but they're extremely comfortable. The leather is really, really supple. And I've been wearing them to work, and I've been wearing them all day, and they're super comfy. So definitely, if you're into this kind of style, check these out. Okay, 3 more quick things. Now the next thing is another shoe brand. And if you're like me and you're on Facebook, I've been getting ads for these shoes for probably at least 2 years, if not longer. And I really, really like the style of them, especially being a teacher where I want to wear something that looks cute, but also is comfortable because I'm on my feet 90% of the day. So I've been thinking about buying these shoes for a long time. I thought they were so cute. And in the Poshmark groups I'm a part of, people just go crazy over them. And I have not been able to find this brand thrifting. And these are a pair of Rothy's points. And I believe these are the marbled heather, maybe. Now, if you don't know much about Rothy's, they are made from all recycled material. So I think it's specifically water bottles. And they take them and they somehow make them into a really durable thread. They're very flexible. They're extremely comfortable on the inside. I can wear them all day and have no pain. They are machine washable if you wash them in cold water and let them air dry. They're not supposed to shrink or anything like that. The other thing I really like is that they do offer a 20% off teacher discount all the time. So it's not on all of their styles. There's a couple of specific styles they're good on, but I was able to get 20% off, and I really like them. I definitely do want to get another pair of them. They are still really pricey, and I've become a member on one Facebook group, and people have like over 20, 30 pairs of them. And I'm definitely, obviously not the person to talk about, like, why do you have so many of what one brand shoe? Because you all know I have a zillion pair of Uggs. But I'm just not at that place yet where I would feel like, wow, I need more and more and more of these shoes. I would like to maybe add like a loafer to my collection for work. But I don't see myself having 30 pairs of them, maybe 2 or 3. That's this. Okay, so last week, my husband and I went on a trip with some people from his job. It was like a charter bus day trip where we went to New York, and we went on this really, really cool tour of Central Park, and we had lunch with the whole group, but we had a lot of free time. So we stopped at Louis Vuitton in the morning, which I will show you last. It's a pièce de résistance of what I got in Louis Vuitton. And then as we were heading to go meet everyone for lunch, we decided to stop at TJ Maxx because there is this 3-story TJ Maxx in New York City. And of course I had to go there. It's one of my favorite places. So we were looking around, and this particular store was a runway store, which means that they get a lot of high-end items. So they had Fendi, they had Gucci, they had Burberry, they had Valentino, they had Balenciaga. There was a lot of stuff there. And honestly, some of the things were not priced, too discounted. And some things are really, really expensive. But it was really fun to look at and look through the coats and the clothes, and it was really, really cool. And I looked through the clothes, and we looked for the homeware section, and there was really nothing I was too interested in. So we left without getting anything. But there was one particular thing that I had caught my eye when you first walk in. There's 3 floors, and the ground floor is all handbags, and none of the high-end designer stuff was down there. But more like the contemporary brands were down there. And I saw a bag, but it's a designer that historically I really have not cared for too much. I have gone out there and been like, I hate this brand because of its oversaturation on the market and just having styles I really didn't like. So I was not too crazy about buying a bag from this brand. I know that sounds stupid and petty, but I wasn't. But all through lunch, I was thinking about it, and we decided to go back, and I picked up this bag, and it was a very good price. It was like 70% off, and it is a Michael Kors hobo bag. So yeah, I have not always been the biggest fan of Michael Kors, especially back in the day when I was really into Coach. I just felt like a lot of their styles, really like, especially the type of logo bags they would make, was really just biting off of Coach's style, and I just wasn't really into them. And then, of course, after I was out of my Coach phase, I liked other brands, and there was just nothing I really liked. I've only owned a couple of Michael Kors things. I did have a pair of Michael Kors glasses before I got my Ray-Bans, which I really, really liked the style of. And there is one Michael Kors small bag that I bought at a thrift store because it was a really good price. It was a cute bag, but I've never bought anything else. So the thing that drew me the most to this bag is that, first of all, it is a really, really pretty, like, not quite a camel color. I'm not even sure, like almost like a baseball glove type tannish brown that was really, really pretty, and very neutral. And the leather on this bag is so soft and so supple. I'm not even sure that any of my Coach bags that I've had have ever been this soft and supple. Really, really pretty. It has a couple of details on this that are really nice. So it has this really nice tassel. It does have the Michael Kors logo here, which is way more understated than a lot of their other bags. Like I've said, I'm not really too into their logo stuff, so this is kind of understated. It has really, really pretty strap details along the side. Just really, really pretty type of leather. I've also owned Dooney and Burke, and their leather for me just seemed a little bit stiff. So this leather is super, super, super soft, and it just has the little Michael Kors on the front. So it is a contemporary bag. So, you know, I guess we can call it a contemporary designer bag. It's from a brand I typically don't like, but I just really, really fell in love with it. It has a really nice shape to it. And honestly, I love my Louis, you guys know that, but sometimes in the wintertime especially, it can be really fussy because if I know it's going to snow or it's going to rain, I have to switch out of my monogram bags because of the leather not getting damaged. And this, I'm not going to have to do that because it's durable. Nothing's going to be able to happen to it. And it doesn't seem like it's going to scratch or scuff or anything like that. So I think this is something I'm going to keep in my collection for a really long time. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it, and it was way less than what I usually spend money on bags for. And I had just last week sold a pair of Ugg boots, so it paid for this bag. Essentially, it paid for it. I don't usually like to put prices on YouTube, but it was $130, which is well cheaper than what I usually spend on something, especially since I feel like this is something I can have for a long time. So TJ Maxx, it's there. Check it out. The hardest thing for me was paying the sales tax in New York City, but what are you going to do? Okay, so back to where I was in the beginning of the day of my New York City trip. We did go to Louis Vuitton. I was not going there to eyeball anything to buy. As I said, I am not in that place right now to buy anything brand new, or gently used for that matter. But I did have something that I wanted to have hot stamped. I've had it for a while, but I don't have any Louis Vuitton stores in the immediate area. My old store, which was Atlantic City, has closed, and the next nearest one to me would either be the Short Hills Mall, which is pretty much North Jersey, or King of Prussia Mall, and I do not like the Louis Vuitton store in King of Prussia Mall. I've had bad experiences there because they're frankly snobby. So I went to Louis Vuitton, and I was hoping that I would be able to drop off and pick up this item same day, but I wasn't able to. They said 2-hour wait. and I didn't know that I'd be able to get back to get it. And they said, well, that's fine, we can ship it to your house. So I got this thing complimentary shipped to my house. It arrived on Wednesday. It would have gotten to my house on Tuesday, but it needed a signature and we weren't home to sign for it. So Wednesday, by a nice stroke of luck, one of my neighbors signed it for me and held it on to it for me until I was able to get it from them. So I was really, really excited and happy and pleased in how it was shipped to me, especially since this is a free service from them. It's just something that, they took a little more time and attention to detail to, which is really nice. This is the second thing I've gotten hot stamped. And my first experience was similar with Atlantic City, where I dropped off a wallet and they couldn't do it for me the same day. So they also shipped it to me. And the really, really cool thing is they don't just throw it in a box. You actually get a new Louis Vuitton box and you get a new dust bag for this item. So it came in a little box with the following things inside. So it wasn't actually in the gift bag, but the gift bag was folded up. And it's the smallest one that I have. So I know it sounds corny, but I kind of want to put it in a picture frame. I really wanted to pimp out this room a little bit more. So this will be perfect picture frame for size. So I'm thinking about doing that. So this is folded up in there. And then they did send me a new little box, and I don't have one this size, so that's cute too. It's added to my little box collection. And they put it in a brand new dust bag. And I'm so excited. I've been wanting to have this hot stamped for a long time. There it is. Many videos back, I did a review on a Deauville that I had gotten from Snob Swap, I think it was at the time. And the Deauville didn't work out for me. It really didn't work out for what I wanted to use it for. But I kept the luggage tag because I know that these luggage tags are extremely hard to get. You can't just buy one. You have to prove to Louis Vuitton that you have a luggage piece. And the Deauville was a luggage piece. So I sold it without the tag. So I got my initials RS on there. I was thinking about getting, sometimes some of the stores have like special stamps. They said they didn't have any at the time, so I just went with plain silver of my initials. I've yet to put it on anything yet. I'm not sure which bag I'm going to put it on, but I'm very excited. All right, well, that's it. Thank you for sticking with me if you've been through this whole video. I know it was a lot, but I haven't made one in a couple weeks, so a couple months. So I just wanted to cram all the exciting stuff in there. Have a great day. Bye.